All the way down south. We're traveling to Hyderabad and the entire team, in fact, is in Hyderabad to talk to you about all of the issues over there. And we have two companies joining us to give us a situation on the ground. First up, we have SK Kalra, the Executive Director of Andhra Bank, who joins in. And in a bit, we'll get some more guests in as well. Mr. Kalra, good morning and thank you so much for joining us. First, if you can tell us what the situation is in Hyderabad, in the Andhra Pradesh area, and also whether there is any, visible signs of reduction in stress in some of the exposure that you have.
Basically, the stress level has definitely whatever at peak during the last year. Now that is over, and particularly the stress level was in the agriculture sector when both the states, in Telangana as well as in Andhra, they had declared the debt waiver and all that. But now these things have streamlined, and stress level, particularly in the agriculture sector, is slowly going down, and particularly in the self-help group also the stress level was there earlier. Now it has definitely gone down. And if we see the overall scenario in terms of the recovery, I think both these states, whether it is Telangana or Andhra, they are definitely going for some construction activities. Particularly Andhra, they are going in a big way for capital formation and the irrigation projects. Similarly, in Telangana, they have a scheme for big irrigational projects. So once that starts take off, and in that scenario, I think all other activities will be concentrated only towards that. And in that case, certain core sectors can grow, and that will lead to certain furthermore activity.
I'm coming to your advances and loan growth in a minute, Mr. Kalra. But before that, if you can just give us a few more details about your slippages. You know, even in the second quarter, the slippages were as high as 1190 crore. Should we expect that in the third quarter, I mean, now the third quarter is almost 2 months over, you will be reporting less slippages?
Yeah, I think we will be reporting less slippages because in restructured accounts that stress level is always there, and some of them get slipped to the category of the NPA category. But if you see our overall GNPA or net NPA, that has gone down even in the second quarter from 5.75 to we have to go to 5.7.
Okay, then let me rephrase. Let me rephrase the question.
Net NPA.
Mr. Kalra, suppose I took your total of gross NPLs and your restructured. Your total gross NPLs was 7470 crores when you last reported. I don't know what is your total restructured. If you can tell me that, will that total shrink?
Our restructuring was around 14,000, 13,000 something, maybe around 14,000 crore.
Okay, so total would be about 21,000.
In terms of if we take the overall, so that will be going down in every quarter to go.
Okay. It's good to hear that
subsequently quarter, overall this level will be coming down.
Fair enough. Just to get some more, qualitative perspective.
Because some of the restructures,
Sure, go ahead.
Because some of the restructured assets, they are likely to come out of the restructuring. Those who have been performing well and their 2 years have been completed, some of them will be come out, but that will not be in a big way. From the restructured, we will be coming out in a big way in the next year. So whatever will be the reduction slightly in restructured accounts as well as in the gross NPA level. So in totality, we are targeting that we should be, now presently we are at about 16% if all put together as a stress assets. And our aim is that we come to below 15% by March.
Okay. Just to tell us a little more about the other sectors, you said that the stress levels are reducing in the agri sector. Apart from that, 15% of your exposure comes from the power and steel sector. Are you noticing lower number of stressed assets in these two sectors as well?
So far as steel structure, I don't think there is any relief in that sector. But in the power sector, we are hearing that some of the stall projects where the coal linkages as well as the gas linkages have been now
restored. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead, sir. Okay, I think he's unable to hear us, but we should set that right in just a second. Yeah, Mr. Kalra, you were telling us that your power sector assets are improving.
Yeah, in power sector, though of course visibly, presently we cannot say that it has a, on the financial sector there is a positive sign. But point is that once they have started working and some reallocation of gas as well as thermal linkages have been there. So they are likely either they have just started at the very low operation or they are likely to start within 2-3 months. In that scenario, if this sector start functioning and some operating profits are there, definitely it will have a great repercussion so far as the restructured assets are concerned.
So very quickly,
I have in a big way,
Mr. Kalra, I have
of our size.
Yeah, I have a quick question on power actually. How much is your exposure to the AP power distribution companies? And have you heard from the Andhra Pradesh government or the Telangana government? Are they taking over the loans?
Our total exposure to both these is around 2,000 crore, and that was already restructured as per the earlier plan given by the central government and all that. And they have been doing according performances according to as per the restructuring pattern.
Okay, the state government is not taking over.
I don't think there is any stress in both the states.
Okay.
Yeah, but the scheme recently the central government which has announced, I think I'm not aware of what steps they have taken so far because it has been recently announced.
Okay. And what will your loan growth be in the second half?
So far our Y2Y growth has been in the range of about 13.9 to 14%. And I think for the whole year we will be achieving this type of growth only because we have market share of very little, about 1.83%. And whatever strategy we adopted for retail growth and all that, that way we have been growing, and for the second half also itself, Y2Y growth was about 14%. So year ending also I think we will be closing around 14% of growth.
All right, we leave it at that. Thank you for joining us. Well, that's the word coming in from Andhra Bank. They are seeing some signs of improvement in the power sector. Some of the stalled projects in the power sector are seeing resumption in activity, so that could help them going ahead. But let's also welcome Dilli Raj, the president of SKS Microfinance.